Kicking things off in spectacular fashion, Guilty Gear Strive delivers one of the most visually stunning anime fighting experiences available on Steam right now. This latest entry in the long-running franchise features absolutely gorgeous hand-drawn 3D graphics that look like anime in motion, combined with a hard-hitting rock soundtrack that perfectly complements the intense combat. The rollback netcode ensures smooth online matches, even across continents, making it a favorite among competitive players. Each character has distinct playstyles, ranging from rushdown to zoning to grapplers, offering variety for different preferences. The roam and cancel system adds depth by letting you extend combos and create pressure situations that reward creativity. Story Mode presents a full-length anime movie that wraps up narrative threads from previous games while being accessible to newcomers. Moving right along, Dragon Ball FighterZ captures the explosive energy of the iconic anime series through its fast-paced 3 versus 3 tag team battles. Arc Systemworks nailed the visual presentation, with cel-shaded graphics that perfectly replicate the Dragon Ball Z art style and animation. The combat system is surprisingly accessible for newcomers while hiding incredible depth that competitive players continue discovering years after release. Automatic combos help beginners feel powerful immediately, but mastering advanced techniques like snapbacks, Dragon Rush mix-ups, and optimal assists separates casual players from tournament contenders. The massive roster includes fan favorites from throughout Dragon Ball history, each with signature moves and dramatic finishes that recreate memorable anime moments. Regular balance patches and new character releases keep the meta evolving and the community engaged with fresh strategies to explore. Third on the list, Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising refines the formula established by its predecessor with enhanced mechanics and an expanded roster of characters from the popular mobile RPG. The unique cooldown system for special moves sets it apart from traditional fighting games, creating a more measured pace that emphasizes positioning and resource management. Every character feels distinct, with movesets that reflect their personality and fighting style from the source material. The simplified input options make execution more forgiving without sacrificing competitive integrity, welcoming players who struggle with complex motion inputs. Graphics showcase beautiful 2D sprites with fluid animations and spectacular ultimate attacks that serve as gorgeous visual rewards. Online lobbies feature customizable avatars that add a social element between matches, and the training mode provides comprehensive tools for improvement. Coming up next, Blazblue Central Fiction represents the culmination of the Blazblue series, with an absolutely massive roster of unique fighters and complex systems. The game features some of the most creative character designs in fighting games, from sword-wielding vampires to time-manipulating maids to puppet masters controlling multiple units simultaneously. The drive system gives each character a unique mechanic that defines their playstyle, ensuring no two fighters feel remotely similar. Rapid Cancel allows for extended pressure and combo creativity that rewards labbing and experimentation. The story mode is extensive, with visual novel presentation that wraps up plot threads from the entire series, though it requires familiarity with previous entries to fully appreciate. Online netcode has been updated to rollback, significantly improving the multiplayer experience for modern players seeking competitive matches. Halfway through our list, Under Night and Birth 2 Celes brings refined anime fighter mechanics with a grounded aesthetic compared to more fantastical entries in the genre. The GRD system creates a unique risk-reward dynamic, where controlling neutral game momentum grants offensive and defensive bonuses at specific intervals. Characters range from straightforward to execution-heavy, providing options for players at different skill levels while maintaining competitive balance. The chain combo system feels intuitive once you understand the light, medium, heavy progression, making it easier to create your own routes. Visual design leans into a modern urban fantasy setting, with characters sporting contemporary clothing alongside supernatural abilities. Tutorial mode does an exceptional job explaining advanced fighting game concepts through clear demonstrations and practice drills that genuinely improve your understanding. Continuing the momentum, DNF Duel translates the chaotic multiplayer action of Dungeon Fighter Online into a polished 1 versus 1 fighting game format. Each character represents a different class from the source game, with movesets that capture their original abilities in creative ways. The MP management system adds a resource element, where stronger special moves consume meter that regenerates over time, creating interesting decision points about when to spend resources. Conversion mechanic allows you to extend combos by spending white health, adding risk since that health becomes permanent damage if you get hit. Graphics feature bold cel-shaded visuals with explosive effects that make every hit feel impactful and satisfying. The simplified controls with one-button specials lower the execution barrier considerably, while still offering depth through positioning, reads, and resource management decisions. Moving forward strong, Melty Blood-type Lumina revitalizes the cult classic series with modern rollback netcode and updated visuals, while preserving the lightning-fast gameplay fans love. The Moondrive system replaces previous style selections with a universal mechanic that powers up your character temporarily when activated. Shield counters provide defensive options that let you escape pressure or punish predictable offense, rewarding good reads. Movement is incredibly fluid, with multiple air dashes and fast walk speeds that create a kinetic pace, unlike slower traditional fighters. Character redesigns update the type Mooncast with fresh looks while maintaining their core identities and playstyles. Rapid beat auto combos help newcomers land flashy sequences, but optimal damage requires learning manual routes and confirms that separate beginners from advanced players seeking competitive success. Stepping up next, the King of Fighters 15 brings the legendary SNK franchise into the current generation with improved graphics and refined three-character team mechanics. The Shatter Strike system adds a new defensive option that costs meter but lets you escape pressure situations, creating more interactive neutral exchanges. Max Mode activation enables powerful combo extensions and cancels that drastically increase damage potential when you have resources available. Character variety spans multiple SNK franchises, with distinct archetypes from Rushdown to Zoning to Grapplers, ensuring diverse matchups and team compositions. Online netcode uses rollback implementation that provides smooth matches across different connection qualities. Story mode follows multiple teams through cinematic cutscenes that build toward a climactic conclusion with supernatural threats and character development moments. Almost at the finish line, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles, faithfully recreates the hit anime with a fighting game that balances accessibility and visual spectacle. The story mode retells the anime's first season through a mix of playable fights and cutscenes that let fans relive key moments. Combat uses simplified inputs that make special moves and demon arts easy to execute, focusing gameplay on timing and positioning rather than execution barriers. Tag mechanics let you switch between characters mid-combo or call assists for pressure, adding tactical depth to team composition choices. Ultimate attacks feature extended cinematic sequences pulled directly from the anime with gorgeous animation quality. The roster focuses on main characters from the series, with their iconic breathing techniques and demon blood arts represented through flashy special moves and visual effects. Wrapping up our roster, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R updates the classic fighting game with improved netcode and rebalanced mechanics for modern competitive play. The unique stand system gives most characters two forms with different movesets and properties, creating interesting gameplay variety within single character selection. Poses and taunts reference iconic manga panels and anime moments, rewarding series fans with constant callbacks and attention to detail. Special moves recreate memorable abilities from throughout JoJo's sprawling narrative, spanning multiple generations and continents. Character interactions feature specific dialogue and animations when certain matchups occur, adding personality and fan service. Graphics maintain the distinctive art style that defines JoJo, with bold colors, dramatic shading, and exaggerated proportions that capture Araki's aesthetic perfectly while translating smoothly into playable format.